BESTO FRIENDO. On the surface, it sounds unserious. A phrase shouted in the middle of chaos, easy to laugh off and move past. But some moments in anime linger because they're doing more than entertaining. When two characters truly fight side by side, the battle stops being about individual strength, timing tightens, decisions shorten, trust replaces hesitation, and the fight begins to say something about the people inside it. BESTO FRIENDO is one of those moments, not because it's loud or funny or iconic, but because it carries a complete arc. One battle shows what perfect synergy looks like when nothing has been lost. The other shows what remains when the synergy is torn away. This video focuses on those two fights, not a spectacle but a storytelling, and uses them to examine what makes a tag team battle meaningful, emotional, and unforgettable. Because sometimes the partnership isn't meant to last, it's meant to change someone. Not every duo that fights together becomes legendary. Anime history is filled with characters who share the screen, but only a few truly share the fight. At the core of every great tag team battle is synergy, not just complementary abilities, but an instinctive understanding of each other's timing, positioning, and intent. The best teams don't need to speak mid-battle. One move flows naturally into the next, as if both fighters are operating from the same mind. This kind of coordination turns every simple attack into overwhelming pressure. The second ingredient is trust under pressure. Legendary tag teams aren't formed when things are easy. They are forged when everything goes wrong. When one fighter is exposed, the other steps in without hesitation. When plans fail, improvisation takes place. These moments reveal whether a partnership is real or just convenient. But what truly elevates a tag team battle into something unforgettable is emotional weight. The best duos aren't fighting just to win, they're fighting to protect something. A bond, a belief, or each other. Their emotional investment changes how every hit lands. Victories feel earned, losses feel devastating. Finally, great tag team battles tell a story. They show growth, contrast personalities, and often mark unforgettable points in a character's journey. The fight isn't the destination, it's the moment that defines who these characters become afterwards. When all four of these elements align, synergy, trust, emotional and narrative purpose, a tag team battle stops being just hype. It becomes legendary. The first time Todo and Yuji fight together against Hanami, it feels effortless, almost joyful. This is what a perfect tag team looks like when nothing has gone wrong yet. Todo doesn't just fight besides Yuji, he elevates him. Through Boogie Woogie, Todo turns the battlefield into controlled chaos, constantly swapping positions, breaking Hanami's rhythm, and forcing mistakes. Yuji doesn't hesitate or overthink, he adapts instantly. Each clap creates an opening, each opening becomes damage. It's not planned, it's instinctive. What makes this battle special isn't just the technique, but the tone. There's laughter in the middle of violence. Confidence replaces fear. For the first time, Yuji isn't just surviving a fight, he's thriving in it. Todo acts as a mentor, shield, and a partner all at once, pushing Yuji to land his first Black Flash and step into a higher level of combat awareness. This fight represents the ideal version of an anime tag team battle. No tragedy yet, no loss, just perfect synchronization. Trust without doubt, and the thrill of fighting alongside someone who understands you completely. BESTO FRIENDO here is loud, ridiculous, and powerful because nothing has been taken yet, but that perfection was never meant to last. The second time Todo fights besides Yuji, the tone is unrecognizable. Gone is the laughter, gone is the swagger. Standing in front of them is Mahito, a curse born purely from human suffering, and the one enemy Yuji cannot emotionally escape. At first, the rhythm feels unfamiliar. Todo still reads the battlefield perfectly. Yuji still follows without hesitation. For brief moments, it looks like the same BESTO FRIENDO partnership that overwhelmed Hanami. But Mahito is different. He learns, he adapts, he attacks not just the body, but the soul. Then comes the turning point. Mahito reaches for Todo, and Todo does not hesitate. He sacrifices his own arm to escape idle transfiguration, severing the very same tool that made Boogie Woogie possible. In an instant, The perfect synergy that defined their partnership is gone. And yet, Todo does not retreat. Instead, he does something more powerful than any technique. He lies, he bluffs, he convinces Mahito and Yuji that Boogie Woogie still exists, with nothing but presence, timing, and absolute belief in his partner. Todo creates one final opening, not for himself, but for Yuji. What truly cements this fight as legendary is how the anime transforms Todo's entrance into an emotional reset. In the manga, Todo's arrival is powerful, but in the anime, it becomes restorative. Yuji is no longer just fighting a battle, he's losing himself. His posture collapses, his eyes dull. The fight pauses, not because of power, but because of despair. Then Todo arrives. The anime deliberately slows the pacing. The soundtrack fades before rebuilding. Todo doesn't rush in with an attack. He states a truth by calling Yuji his best friend. Todo reframes the entire fight. This isn't about revenge. It isn't even about victory. It's about standing back up. This fight redefines what a tag team battle can be. It's no longer about coordination. It's about endurance. Todo can no longer fight at Yuji's side, so he fights for him. His role shifts from partner to pillar, someone who exists only to keep Yuji standing. When Todo finally falls silent, Yuji is left alone once more, stronger, broken, changed. Besto Friendo in this moment stops being a joke or even a partnership. It becomes a sacrifice, one that forces Yuji to carry the weight forward by himself. And that's why this battle hurts far more than the first. When we talk about anime's greatest tag team battles, it's easy to focus on spectacle, speed, power, and perfectly timed combinations. But Besto Friendo endures because it gave us something far rarer, a complete emotional arc told through teamwork. Yuji and Todo didn't just fight together, they grew together. One battle showed us what perfect synergy looks like when trust is effortless. The other showed us what remains when the synergy is stripped away. Few enemy duos are allowed both joy and tragedy, and even fewer are allowed to evolve through both. Todo's role was never to stay forever. He arrived to elevate Yuji, to teach him how to fight, and then, more importantly, how to stand when fighting stops being fun. By the time Todo steps aside, Yuji is no longer the same person who needs saving. He carries the weight forward alone, but not unchanged. That's why Besto Friendo belongs among anime's greatest tag teams, not because it lasted the longest or won the most fights, but because it told a story from beginning to end.